Have you ever been walking across the room, maybe carrying your morning coffee or just headed to grab a snack when suddenly, out of nowhere, bam! You find your ankles under the attack of your feline friend? It's fast, it's unexpected, and honestly, it's kind of hilarious, at least when you're not spilling your drink. At first, you might chalk it up to your cat being, well, a little extra. But have you ever stopped to wonder why they do it? Is it a game? A burst of energy? Or is your cat secretly training for a future in stealth combat? In this video, we are explaining the 6 real reasons your cat attacks your ankles. Some are instinctive, some are emotional, and a few might genuinely surprise you. So, yeah, let's jump right into it. Reason 1. The hunter instinct. No matter how many naps they take or how pampered they are, your cat is still a hunter at heart. Cats are natural predators. And while they may spend their days lounging in sunbeams or casually knocking things off tables, those wild instincts are always lurking beneath the surface. So, the thing is, when your feet move across the floor, especially if you're wearing socks or soft shoes, they mimic the unpredictable movement of prey in the wild. It's like you've become a walking feather toy, and your cat simply can't resist. Their brain switches into stalk and pounce mode before they even realize it. Experts say cats hone their hunting skills through play. So when they crouch, wiggle, and launch themselves at your ankles, they're not actually trying to hurt you. Instead, they're sharpening their natural instincts. It's all part of staying sharp and alert, even if the prey they're catching just happens to be your foot in motion. And yes, it might sting a little, but from your cat's perspective, they just pulled off the perfect ambush, and you should be impressed. Reason 2. Boredom and lack of play. Here's something a lot of people forget. Cats might seem low maintenance, but they crave stimulation, both physical and mental. And when they don't get enough of it, they start looking for their own entertainment. And sometimes, that entertainment is you. Ankle attacks are often a clear sign that your cat is understimulated. Especially for indoor cats, the world can get a little repetitive. You know, the same toys, same smells, same routines, and so on. So when your feet suddenly come striding across the room, boom! They see it as a new target acquired. You have become a walking toy, and they're just trying to spice up their afternoon. That's why playtime is so important. Regular interactive play gives your cat a healthy outlet for all that pent-up energy. Reason 3. Your cat wants attention. Sometimes, ankle attacks aren't about instinct or boredom. They're about you. Cats are smart, like scary smart, and they're incredibly observant when it comes to figuring out what gets your attention. If every time they pounce at your legs, you yelp, laugh, or turn around to engage with them, even if it is just to shoo them away, they start to notice a pattern. So when they want your focus, whether they're feeling playful, a little lonely, or just trying to interrupt your scrolling session, they go for what works. And if that means ambushing your ankles to break through the noise, well, that's just a good strategy. This behavior is especially common in cats who spend long hours alone or who feel like they've been pushed to the sidelines of your attention. They're not trying to be annoying. They're trying to connect the only way they know how. Reason 4. Confusion about human anatomy. To us, it's obvious. Our feet are just part of our body, just like our hands or our head. But to a cat, especially a kitten, things don't always make sense in the same way. Your cat lives much closer to the ground. They see the world from a completely different perspective. And when you're walking across the room, your towering presence, combined with the way your feet move, might not register as you. Especially when you're wearing socks, shoes, or slippers, your feet can seem like separate, unfamiliar objects. They don't look or smell quite like the rest of you. To your cat, they might appear more like mysterious, moving creatures than part of the same person who feeds and cuddles them. This is particularly true for young cats who are still figuring things out. At that stage, everything is a learning experience, and sometimes that learning includes chasing and pouncing on whatever catches their eye. As they grow older and become more familiar with you, this kind of confusion usually fades. But in the meantime, a little patience and gentle redirection can go a long way to help your feline friend through their confusion. Reason 5. They're showing you affection in their own way. It might sound strange, but sometimes your cat attacks your ankles because they like you. Cats don't always express affection in ways we immediately understand. They're subtle, selective, and often misunderstood. One of the more surprising ways they show love is through gentle biting. especially during moments of play or excitement. These little nips are sometimes called love bites. In the feline world, they're a natural part of grooming and bonding. Cats bite each other softly during mutual grooming, or when they feel close and comfortable. So when they nip at your ankles, it could be their way of including you in that familiar ritual. Of course, it's not always pleasant, especially if it catches you off guard. But the intention behind it isn't to hurt, it's to connect. Reason 6. Your cat is stressed or anxious. Not every ankle attack is for fun or affection. Sometimes it's a sign that your cat is feeling unsettled. Cats are sensitive creatures. Changes in their environment can leave them feeling on edge, and when that tension builds up, they often need a release. For some cats, that means withdrawing. For others, it means redirecting that energy into sudden, aggressive play, like pouncing at your ankles. Pay attention to their body language. Flattened ears, a twitching tail, or wide, dilated pupils can all be signs that your cat is overstimulated or anxious. If the ankle attacks seem more intense or come in bursts during stressful moments, there may be more going on beneath the surface. Creating a calm, stable environment and giving your cat safe ways to expend their energy can help. A little extra patience, some quiet one-on-one time, or offering a safe space to retreat to can make all the difference. Of course, cats don't always show their feelings in obvious ways. They don't give big grins or wag their tails, and sometimes their actions can feel confusing or even frustrating. But underneath that sudden pounce, there's almost always a reason. It could be instinct, it could be stress, it could be their way of playing, or even a small, clumsy act of affection. What matters most is that they feel connected to you. You're part of their territory, their routine, their world. So the next time your cat strikes, maybe don't just jump back. Look a little closer because there's probably more going on than meets the eye. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell so you will be among the first to know when we publish next. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.